Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So today I just want to show you how I make my chicken stew, and if you guys are ready, let's get started. So before we get started with our chicken stew, we are going to prep all these vegetables in this bowl. So on this side, guys, I have 1 cup of frozen peppers. These are my yellow, my orange, and red, and we're going to just set them aside for later and just get started with our cutting. So I'm cutting all my 3 tomatoes, as you guys can see over here. So after cutting our tomatoes, we are going to go ahead and cut half of our bell pepper, and the other half is going to be saved for later. And I'm going to do the same thing for my onion. I'm going to cut in half and the other half save for later. So everything that I'm using for this recipe is going to be in the description below. So now that we're done, we are moving on to our blending process. We are going to blend all our vegetables, guys. So this is my ginger, and this ginger is equivalent to about 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. So after blending everything, we are going to pour all our ingredients into a bowl, as you guys can see over here. So for my last part of my blending, I'm adding 1 cube of chicken Maggi, my frozen peppers, and the rest of my ingredient. And then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds. And then we're going to go ahead and blend everything. So guys, this is our last part of our blending. So I'm going to pour all my ingredients into this bowl right here, and we're going to go ahead and set everything aside until we are ready for everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up cutting my onion and then also my bell pepper. So in this recipe, guys, I do have 2 optional ingredients, which are my carrots and my potato. I'm just dicing this potato just to add it into the chicken stew. And guys, now that we are done with everything, as you guys can see, we're going to set everything aside and get started with our chicken. So the next thing that we are going to do is start boiling our chicken. So in this pot, I'm adding 1 cup of chicken broth, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, 1 teaspoon of paprika, a half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of tropical sazon, and then 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of bay leaves, and 1 teaspoon of fish sauce. So we are going to go ahead and lay all our chicken in there. Of course, guys, we already cleaned up our chicken just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and mix everything to make sure that all our seasoning is in there and is covering all our ingredients, guys, because we want to make sure that this chicken is so tasty. So I'm going to go ahead and let it boil for about 10 minutes on medium high, and then we're going to come back. Now that the 10 minutes is done, we are going to go ahead and drain those juices from the chicken, and then we're going to move on to our frying part. So right over here, guys, I am just pouring my old oil, and this is about 2 cups of oil, and I'm gonna let it boil and heat up so that way I can go ahead and add my chicken. So it temped well, and I went ahead and started adding my chicken, my boiled chicken, and we are going to fry our chicken. So you want to make sure that your chicken has enough room, guys. Don't mind me over here trying to stuff all my chicken. But you want to make sure that your chicken is brown as you are frying. That's when you will know that it is ready for the process of making the chicken stew, which is the technique that we use in my country. I'm from Zambia, if anybody doesn't know that. So over here, the chicken is brown, as you guys can see. And I'm just going to go ahead and collect all the chicken that I fried, and after that we are going to drain some of the oil. As you can see, this is empty, and I'm using a 1/4 cup of oil, and I'm going to go ahead and add my half of my onion that I saved earlier, and we are going to go ahead and continue stir frying it right over here. So this chicken stew, guys, is packed with a lot of flavors. So we are going to add more ingredients. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of tomato paste over here. And we are going to go ahead and stir just a little bit. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of chipotle paste, a half teaspoon of cumin powder, a half teaspoon of paprika, a half teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, and then 2 teaspoons of complete seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And we are going to go ahead and stir fry everything for about a minute or so. And now you can go ahead and pour in all your blended ingredients and continue cooking for about 5 minutes before you pour in all your chicken, guys. So you want to make sure that your ingredients look cooked, and then start pouring in all your chicken. And then, you know, just lay your chicken, making sure that you're mixing everything and everything is well rested. And I forgot to mention one thing. Make sure that you pour in your leftover juices from your chicken. Do not throw them away. Save them for later. I forgot to mention that, and I do apologize, guys. So right over here, guys, I am adding all my potatoes and my carrots, and we are going to boil everything until all our potatoes are done. Then everything is going to be done. Then you will know that your chicken stew is done, because when your potatoes are ready, you don't need to boil it too much. And of course, I'm adding some fresh onions because I do love my onions. So after frying, you are going to just, you know, cook for your chicken for maybe about 10 minutes or so, or until your potatoes are ready. So guys, our stew is done, and this is how it looks like. And you want to serve it up with some rice. And of course, guys, I went ahead and plated it for you guys so you can see how it looks like. But we have reached the end. I hope you guys like this video, and give it a thumbs up and try this recipe. If you like videos like this, just let me know and I'll make more stuff like this. Thank you for watching this channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.